Hey everybody, Drew here for Drew That Underground, back with finally the Is It Worth It for the Super Mario Brothers movie, which came out, I don't remember how long ago. We're supposed to do this last weekend on Sunday, the day after Joshy's unboxing of his creepy ass Joker statue. and what have you. But I fell asleep because I got tired. I fell asleep about 11 o'clock in the afternoon. Woke up at 2:30, about 30 minutes after the stream was supposed to take place. Walked out of my room. My mom said, "Do you want to go in the pool?" And I went, "Yeah, sure." And completely forgot all about this, so I apologize for that. I went swimming instead. But here we are, and joining me today, first and foremost, my younger brother, Desert Nord. Hey, bro.
Hey there. Yeah.
And joining us, the other guy in the trio here that has actually seen the movie, Joshy064, who is spending his time off camera trying not to get creeped out by his statue right now. Hey, Joshy.
Hi. Hello.
Yeah, and the nervous laughing is because Joker's right behind him with his knife right now.
Yeah.
But as the thumbnail shows, we're here to talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie on Blu-ray. So, when in the hell did this come on theaters? It was earlier this year, right, Josh?
I believe so, yeah.
And you saw it in the theaters at the time. I picked it up like about a week or two ago now when I was shopping at Walmart, I believe, for a few things. And I saw them down there for $24. I'm like, I have money now, fuck it.
It hit theaters on April 5th.
Okay, yeah. So when I was in the process of getting the hell out of Minnesota still at that point. But in terms, and fair warning now to anyone who's watching this after the fact when we're no longer live, spoiler warning, like I hope it does say in the description, like I believe it.
If you're still worried about being spoiled by this movie a couple of months after its release, I mean, come on, man.
Well, I'm just saying because some people might not have seen it. I don't know who the hell they are outside of RFK Jr.
They're silly, is what they are.
Yeah.
If you're worried about getting spoiled by it, go see it. If it's even still in theaters anymore.
And considering that if RFK Jr. hasn't seen it, well, fuck him. I'm gonna spoil it for you. Fuck you. But on that note, they're laughing because of our off-screen discussion about him. So, but on that note, Joshy, what was your favorite moment from the Super Mario Brothers movie?
Peaches. Jack Black singing pieces.
For me, it was Mario as the flying fox thing from the games, swooping down at the last second to save Luigi from the lava. That was my favorite moment. Because I saw not so much Mario saving Luigi, but either Desert Nord or myself saving one another in that situation. And that's why I got teary-eyed when I saw that part in the movie. So that's why that's my favorite part, because I saw a lot of what Rob and I have been through as brothers. So
yeah.
And especially with the fact that it was Desert Nord and our mom who drove all the way to Minnesota to come and get me. So I saw that as Desert Nord was Mario and I was Luigi, and Minnesota was the lava at that point. So
yeah.
So on a personal note there for you guys, but beyond that, Peach being a badass who was raised to be a badass her whole life in the Mushroom Kingdom makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah.
They touched on a little bit of the OP female strong lead type thing, but they kept it in check, and
Mhm.
so it basically falls right in line with what you would see in the more recent Mario games, not the old stuff. Because the old stuff, she's absolutely just a helpless princess in in a castle.
Yeah.
That's all she is.
And
in the old games.
there was an obvious Mario Kart scene there, which was amazing.
Yes, the Rainbow Road stuff. That I think would have been my favorite.
And
my favorite
as soon
stuff.
as I saw that, I turned to my mom and I just went my nerdy home. And she's like, "What are you talking about?" And I had to explain to my mom why I was talking about stuff in that moment, because my nerdy home hates the Rainbow Road level. Much like most people hate Baby Park in Mario Kart on that level. Just thank God we didn't see in it Baby Park. Bullshit.
Yeah,
You
that would have been real bad.
But overall, I really enjoyed watching it. Personally, it's up near a 9 for me personally, but as Drew Died Underground, it's somewhere between a 7 and an 8 out of 10 from my point of view. Joshy?
Same here.
Which one? The 9 or the 7 out of 10?
7 out of 10. Both.
That's fair. And Nord, based on what you've heard from the movie, what would you give it based on what you are aware of?
Well, no, as a movie, even if we say apart from video game films, even if we say okay, never mind the video game film aspect, which is clearly one of the best video game films of all time. But even among other films, it's got great writing. It's well done in terms of both the animation. The only thing that really even brings it down from really a perfect score is the voiceovers are not what you would have,
Expected or
wanted.
probably wanted, yeah.
The voiceovers were like, yeah, okay. You were willing to overlook any of the, variations in your own mind, basically. But yeah, everything else is absolutely spot on. The fan service is off the chart. It clearly was written and directed and illustrated and animated by people who love Mario instead of people who fucking hate it, like it always is with every other IP. I mean, they did a marvelous job with the film, and it became, in the last couple months, the absolute smash success. Again, one of the most successful video game films of all time. The only one that comes close is the Sonic series.
Which I also have the first one on Blu-ray. Still haven't found the time to watch it yet, and I bought that back in Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, no other video game film has done better than this one has. So, I mean, it kind of speaks for itself,
But then again, it didn't have a lot of competition. Assassin's Creed, World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah, there's been so many failures in this category that it's kind of almost hilarious. But they didn't have to try hard to beat the best video game film of all time. It wasn't going to be hard to do that.
And I don't know if you would agree with this or not, Joshy, but based on how the Super Mario Brothers movie ended, Mom and I are in agreement here that it looked like they're setting up for a sequel. Would you agree?
No.
You don't? Would you want a sequel to this?
No.
Care to elaborate? I'm going to guess no. Okay, he doesn't want to elaborate then.
No, every like 2 seconds, it's I'll tell you what.
Every 2 seconds, what?
Every 2 seconds, I don't know.
I don't know what's happening right now.
You fall asleep there, Joshy?
Huh?
I was just asking you to fall asleep.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, I'll ask Desert Nord then, since that went over like a lead balloon. Desert Nord, would you want to see a sequel to this particular movie?
Well, the thing is that the way good franchises begin is with a big hit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, usually a surprise to most people.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't usually see these things coming,
Mm-hmm.
but they like it when it happens, and so they call for more. You know, they do encore basically.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised at all, and I would be basically expecting that because it always happens. Whenever a successful film comes out these days, they make another.
And I'd be surprised if Nintendo didn't try to capitalize on the hit that this movie is at this point. Because if they're smart, like I think they are, and compared to their stupidity with going against content creators wanting to support them by playing their games on stream, again, just saying. But I personally would be surprised if there wasn't another Super Mario Brothers movie at some point in the vein of what we just got here. So, and the best part is this is not a Disney film either, so go fuck yourself, Disney.
Yeah, Disney is incapable of making a good film anymore.
Yeah, because Indiana Jones and the Dial of Fuck Uppery is out now, and no one cares.
Yeah, that is night and day. That film is a whole another matter.
So the question that we are obviously here to ask, and then we can finish up talking about whatever entertainment-wise that we want to, that maybe we might be interested in watching it or seeing at some point that we haven't had the chance to. So, Joshy, you first. Is the Super Mario Brothers movie worth buying on Blu-ray?
Hell yes. It's like it's a 30 out of 10. Go ahead and buy it. It's pretty damn good.
Nord, did you hear him talk about tits there just then too?
No, he said it's a 30 out of 10.
Oh,
He said.
it sounded like he was talking about Peach's tits or something.
No. Well, he may do that.
Which is not out of character for Joshy. But yeah, I agree with you as well, Joshy. Super Mario Brothers movie is definitely worth the $25 it is to buy the Blu-ray digital DVD Power Up Edition, which is what I have. So, Nord, is it worth it?
Oh yeah. I mean, let's say low cost to at least see it one way or another is definitely worth it.
Mm-hmm.
People should have a copy in their home library.
And I'll do one better for you, Nintendo. It's worth doing a sequel to.
Yes.
But that also leads to the question: with Bowser trapped in a jar at the end, spoiler warnings. Who would be the bad guy in a sequel to this then, from the Mario universe?
I don't think there's gonna be a enemy at the end, but they're gonna have Yoshi there. So there's that.
Well, you could always have, Wario and Waluigi, those two
Yeah.
makers.
Yeah, that would be great to bring in to replace Bowser. Have both of them show up.
Because, I mean, Mario
Wow.
was always the nemesis of Mario.
Yeah, and then so
He was
you
never like just a friend or whatever.
So let's assume this hypothetically. Now, I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, but if there is a sequel and this does happen, you heard it here first, folks, because this is just speculation here from here on out. Suppose that Wario is the bad guy for a potential sequel, and he tries to bring in or create Waluigi from DNA from Luigi to try to help take down the good Super Mario Brothers at that point.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure they'll think of some kind of creative plot
Yeah,
for that.
but this is what I came up with just now. So, Joshy, what do you think?
But yeah, one way or another, they should probably do that.
Yeah, Josh. If you're still alive.
I'm here.
Seems like he isn't.
What do you think would be a good idea for a potential sequel to the Super Mario Brothers movie? Don't worry, we'll wait for you. He seems to be having issues.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting for his opinion and whatever's happening on his end out in Maricopa, yeah, he's having issues.
Yeah, he got disconnected.
Yeah, he left the party. So while we're waiting for Joshy to figure out what's going on, in other entertainment news, there's commercials for the next installment of Dune constantly on YouTube, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that because I still need to show Mom the first one that I have on Blu-ray. So for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm eagerly, if that's even a fucking word at this point.
But eagerly, yes.
Whatever. English is a foreign language, well, especially in Arizona because it's mostly Spanish around here.
You're losing your ability to speak English.
Yes, I am. I'm losing my ability to speak English, senor. But, and increasingly gaining the ability to speak a little more Spanish just by going to work every day. But still.
Yeah.
But on that note, the next installment or whatever of the Dune movie franchise, I'm highly looking forward to. Want to go see it in theaters. I believe it's coming in September or November, right? Somewhere in that time frame.
I believe so.
Yeah, so maybe you, me, and Mom and whoever can go check that out in theaters right around that time.
Yeah, that's possible.
We just need to find a theater nearby here in Glendale because I don't know where any are.
There's plenty.
What's that?
I said there's plenty.
I don't recall passing by any. I remember passing by the world's largest arcade that I've ever seen, which I'm surprised that an arcade still exists in 2023.
Well,
here in Glendale, or is it in Avondale? I'm not sure. One of the two.
There are several theaters.
Well, I was talking about arcades, but
Oh yeah, there's a couple of those too. Yeah.
Because I went into a place called Owen's Adventure or whatever, expecting it to be like a video game retail place. I walked in with a surprised look on my face. The girl behind the counter was like, "Yeah, we get that a lot." And then I immediately walked out and went back to Goodwill where Mom and I had been shopping at that point.
Mhm.
Because I wanted to know what the hell the place was, and I found out that it wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting a place that sold PS5s, maybe some used games. Nope, it was a whole arcade fucking place, like a video game version of Chuck E. Cheese to a point without the food
Mhm.
at that point. Kind of like what I would expect an E3 to look like to a point. That level of arcade.
Mhm.
So, if you guys want to see the largest arcade in Glendale, I can help you out in Glendale, Arizona when you're here. So, but on that note, I don't know if Joshy will be back, but since
Oh, well.
since we're big fans of the Super Mario Brothers movie, let's end with this. I think since Joshy's not here to give his thoughts on whatever the question was at this point, because I forgot already. But what video game franchise do you want to see do well or see come out as a movie franchise next, bro?
Well, Mass Effect would be a nice one.
That's at the top of my list at this point.
And obviously, Elder Scrolls has immense potential.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Let me scroll through some of the games that I have installed here. A cyberpunk movie? That wouldn't be a terribly
Yeah, well,
bad
that's
idea.
kind of, that almost would be completely like, that would almost be copyright infringement considering how many movies already seem like that.
Well, based on the storyline of maybe the game to a point, but I don't know how well that would do because the
Well, yeah,
storyline
well, then they can make a better storyline than the actual video game.
yeah, but as I was saying,
You know, one where Johnny Silverhand is actually real.
yeah, that would be that's what we were all expecting, but it didn't actually happen.
Yeah.
What about the Red Dead Redemption series?
Oh yeah,
as a movie?
that's another. Yeah.
I can't say The Witcher anymore because that's a shitty TV series on Netflix that no one gives a shit about anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they dropped that.
Yeah. Let's see. What about BioShock?
Well, yeah, possibly, but I don't think the creators want to actually do anything else with that, considering that it's kind of, well, I mean, basically, considering how political the game actually is, there's only two ways you can go with that because you're not going to satisfy audiences, and they already know that with making that into a film.
Mm-hmm. What about?
I mean, most of the people who are fans of the BioShock series are fans not because of the story, but because of the gameplay. So I can see that being a major failure.
This suggestion for me, I think, is an outside the box one, but I think it could be good in the end. Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Yeah, well, it'd be like every medieval.
Because the storyline in the game is pretty good. So if you just turn the game itself, one for one with the story, into like a movie or a TV series, that would be pretty good. I personally think.
Yeah. or imagine making a Dark Souls movie.
Here's another outside the box one. Murdered Soul Suspect. That could potentially be.
I don't know if that's popular enough to be a successful film.
I personally would watch it, so because I'm familiar with the game and I played all the way through it on the Xbox One at the time. So.
Mm-hmm.
How about a Star Wars Battlefront TV show? Why are you laughing, bro? Are you still there? Can you hear me?
Star Wars was murder.
Yeah.
Playing, playing a game of marionette with the corpse is actually kind of disturbing at this point.
Well, I would see like a Star Wars Battlefront TV series as long as like it's post Kathleen Kennedy Lucasfilm doing it. Hopefully, at that point, like a Star Wars wartime TV series. Because picture it, enlisting in whatever, let's say the Republic as a soldier at that point, and just serving in the Republic Army as a Republic soldier and following that soldier through his journey in the TV show. That's what I picture at that point.
That's not a bad idea. It's just that so many fans have left the franchise.
Yeah.
It's difficult for at least for me to be convinced,
What about
that I should waste my time with it.
How about a Titanfall movie or TV show?
Yeah, it could work. A lot of people were pointing out, like the Warhammer. What is it? They could make a Warhammer film. In fact, I think they were actually working on that
for a short time. This might make a good TV series. LA Noir, which was made by Rockstar Games.
Yeah, that would be a classic one to do too.
Yeah. Because as
long as we're messing around with classics, you might as well do that one.
Yeah. Turn that into a TV series. That would probably be the best shout for a TV series, I'd say, at this point. But that's all I got here. So to summarize, Super Mario Brothers movie is worth buying and watching, regardless of how much it is.
Yeah, no, people should own a copy in their library, their personal home library. They should have a copy of it.
Absolutely. Our uncle and his kids do at home. I do as well. You should too, Nord.
Mm-hmm.
And so should you guys watching as well. But like I've said before, I can't tell you, nor should I tell you, do what your money. This is just my recommendation. What you do with it is your choice. But on that note, do you have any content coming out, even though I know the answer is no, bro?
No, I probably don't. I mean, it's fair to say I don't expect anything.
Expect from me in the next day or two to try to get out playing AEW Fight Forever on Twitch at some point to do some playing of that. I created a character in it, and I'll give you my full thoughts on that while I'm playing it on Twitch soon. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to get into the demo of The Lies of P, which the full game is coming out like in September or something along those lines on Game Pass. So I'll probably play the full game too at some point. The problem is, I think it's coming out the same time as Starfield. So
yeah, it's gonna have competition.
Yeah, so it's obviously gonna have to take a backseat at that point to Starfield, because that's gonna dominate my time and my soul, much like Skyrim did when that came out in 2011. Any thoughts on any of that, bro?
Oh no, those are going to be exciting times when those come out. Yep.
Yes, indeed. So, on that note, expect to see me tomorrow, if not by tonight, doing something on Twitch. As to what actually what time that'll be, I have no fucking clue. Because considering that I live with my mom now and she's out at my sister's at this time, I don't know when in the next couple of days I'll have time to do anything. This or the other thing is, as I said, I don't live alone anymore, guys. So, and I also have a full-time job. However, I am off at work until Wednesday, so I will have more time to try to do a bunch of things here. But as I said, I never know what I'm doing until I talk to Mom first at this point. So, anything you want to add to that before we get out of here?
Oh no, I don't really have anything to add to that.
So on that note, Mario movie is totally worth it. If you haven't, check it out. And I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow at some point. If not tonight, we'll see what kind of energy I have later. But I'm not going to promise anything tonight. I will try to promise something tomorrow at some point, though. Until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. And hopefully the day after, and hopefully the day after, but we'll see what happens. Until then, good night, everybody. May the force be with you. May the Mario Brothers entertain you for years to come, like they have since I was a little kid, hence the hat I'm wearing. And above all else, since this is the second channel, let's go, Brandon.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
Yep.
Hopefully Joshy gets his shit fixed.
Yeah.